All right, it is Friday, January 15th, 5:05 p.m., and we're live. Happy New Year. It's been a while since I've streamed. Got a new microphone here. We'll see how it works. But without further ado, I'm just going to dive into exploring Supabase, which is an open source Firebase alternative. I don't even remember where I stumbled across Supabase. I think it was some newsletter, some tech newsletter I was subscribed to. I might not even be the ideal audience in that I did not use Firebase. I remember when Firebase came out, but I didn't have a use case for it at the time, and I think it developed a lot from then. Regardless, I saw the word Postgres, which is the back end of this, and instant APIs, and it was something that I wanted to explore. So I'm going to dive in. I'm going to see what we can do with it, and hopefully we can make some cool stuff. So I'm starting from zero here. The only thing that I know is that I think it uses GitHub for auth. So I'm going to continue, I'm going to authorize it, and that way we can actually get started here, as long as it actually authorizes me. Okay, and we will start a new project. We need a new org. We'll call this demo organization. So that's for managing things. I guess it's nice you can create multiple ones and put your projects into different buckets. And with that, we'll set up a new project. A project name is going to be livestream 2021 1-2021. The database password, something that I'm going to remember. What are we going to do here for our database password? What am I going to do? I will grab one password on the other screen so that you can't see it. And I'll have one password make me a database password. And we'll see if we can come up with something memorable. All right, good enough for me. Got it copied. Should be strong enough. All right, in US East. Let's continue. Let's save this in 1Password. All right, and I guess it's putting together my database. So my database is building, the robots are busy, and the API is building. Interesting. Okay, while you wait, check out how to use the dashboard to build your database immediately. By the time you've finished the video, your project will be ready. Well, that would be super cool. But I don't necessarily feel like watching a video while I am on the live stream. So I'll just click around in here and see what else we can do. I guess I can't see. There we go. Okay. That is the API. We got the database, which I assume is building, and our account settings. So general, that's its name. Database is getting set up. API, we got nothing, and I clicked on auth settings there, but I guess that's still generating as well. Find your connection settings if you want to try connecting. Well, I have no connection settings because I don't have a database yet. I'll hop back to the Supabase homepage just to dig through the stuff here. So every project's a full Postgres database. Like I said, that was one of the things that really appealed to me about it. All right, give me 1 second here. I feel like My connection. All right. Things are working. Nice. My browser was just being a little weird. What we can build. Okay, so they have some project examples. When mine is set up, that's oh, there we go. Nice. What I'm going to want to explore. So we've got a chat app with Next.js, a Stripe software as a service starter, and more examples on GitHub. So let's open that up, and we will get a little closer. All right, Supabase 13 Postgres repository. Let's see where we got the examples, if they're even. Not seeing. All right, maybe they're on page 2. Or maybe they're somewhere else. Template. All right. It doesn't look. So where's this one? Thor Web Dev is that one. This one's in Supabase. Okay, so they're all. These links are to. This examples folder, which that examples link did not go to. So in our examples here, Expo to do, JavaScript auth, a live tracker map, Slack clone to do. What I'm primarily interested in here is how to quickly spin up an API with the database. Okay, so well, now you see my database info here. I'm interested if I can connect to this externally, but I'm assuming that's not a problem. So I trust them here. Project general, got a name. Okay, so database, API. Well, I'm gonna have to reset these now that you've I'm gonna have to reset these now that you've seen them, and that's fine. I'll just trash this project after the live stream. All right. And auth settings. So site URL, disable signup, external OAuth providers, custom SMTP. Interesting. I'll have to dig into the docs a little bit more about what you can do with this. Okay, so these are the templates. So this is like just the back end for an app that you can do here. And like if this is something that Firebase had, I didn't, like I said, I'm not the ideal audience in that case. I did not know that. But these are for, I guess, signing up for the project. And I have no users here. And what I'm not sure about right now is whether these users, let's just check, if these users are for my Supabase project. I assume they're for the Supabase project, like as in developer users, and not users of the app that I would develop with it, but I'm not entirely sure about that. SQL editor. Okay. Quick scripts to run on your database. Click any script to fill the query box. Modify the script. Click run. More scripts coming soon. So we can create tables, show extensions, automatically update timestamps, add comments, show active connections. All right, quick start. We're in beta. Quick way to explore. So we can just generate some stuff here right off the bat. All right. Well, let's start with the most basic. I'm assuming countries would be the most basic. So they've got a query one. Query one is nothing. Okay. Query two. They're generating a contents table, or I'm generating a countries table, and then they're filling it with lots and lots of countries. Okay, so click run. We're going to click run to execute that query on our database. No rows were retrieved, not surprisingly. And now our table editor. So I assume that I could connect to this externally. Like I said, I haven't set that up. But if I didn't want to, I would be able to administer my database right here, which is definitely nice for quickly getting started, though I do like external database management tools. All right, here's our country table. Now, what I'm wondering is, okay, we've generated this countries table. They said that they would generate APIs based on this. So I'm going to see what the API section says. So it's building docs. All right. This API provides an easy way to integrate with your Postgres database. The API documentation below is specifically generated for your database. It's auto-generating. Super cool. RESTful and real-time interfaces. All right, give me a sec here. I feel... all right, this might kill my connection for a sec, but I'm not positive. YouTube Studio is acting a little weird. All right. And I think we're good. Okay, wonderful. I thought it was broken. All right. Okay, authentication. Supabase works with a mixture of JWT and keyauth. If no authorization header is included, the API will assume that you're making a request with an anonymous user. If an authorization header is included, the API will switch to the role of the user making the request. Okay, interesting. Client API keys. Client keys allow anonymous access to your database until the user is logged in. After logging in, the keys will switch. Alright, I'm honestly not entirely sure. I want to dig into the actual API with the database first. Okay, user management makes it easy to manage your users. Alright, log in with email and password. So, I'm still a little hazy. I guess we'll get there, but I'm still a little hazy on what the concept of users is here. All views and tables in the public schema are accessible by the active database role. If you don't want to expose tables in your API, simply add them to a different schema, not public. Okay, makes sense. So you can do some GraphQL. All right, so we have our first, I guess, API endpoint here, and it is countries. Here are the docs for that code that's based on the table that we generated. But what I'm wondering here is, can we see, so like the JavaScript client can access these, but I'm wondering what the, all right, insert, update, delete, subscribe to changes, which is super interesting. These docs are a work in progress. Here are docs for additional functionality. Open that in a new tab to explore. Guides. All right, guides to that. That took me out of my project. So I want to see. All right, we've got all this code. So okay. I need to see how I actually, if I'm working on a project with. Oh, there we go. Somehow I missed that when I got started. Okay, so if I want to, there's my Supabase URL. So what happens if I hit that directly? Let's find out. If we hit it, no routes are matched. Okay, makes sense. What if I hit countries? Because I'm just running gets here. I'm going to zoom in so actually we can see what's going on. 4, 5, 6. Supabase dot, is it .co? Yeah, / countries. No route. Okay, so let's find our getting started. There's a client libraries, RESTful in real time. All right, so I can install it in a project here. To get started, I guess I could just see what requests it makes in order to find out what the generated endpoints are. So we'll hop over. Let's hop over to code here if I can find it. Where'd you go, code? And we'll run npm install. I probably have to run npm init first, actually, but we'll see what happens. All right, so that's installing. Let's look at what we got here on the side. And just node modules in the package. So actually, we should probably run package init. So we got our own. Oh. Init? No. It's not what I meant to do. Is it what I meant to do? Walk you through. Oh yeah, it is. Sorry. All right. Package name, Supabase. Sure. Version 1. Sure. Description. playing with Supabase. Actually, I probably shouldn't have named the package Supabase, but we'll get back there. Index.js, no test command, no git repository, no keywords right now. I'm the author. Everything looks okay. Sure, we're started. All right, clear. And then we'll touch an index.js. Cool. All right, back to our Supabase docs. Okay. I wish I'm still. Here's countries. Oh, Bash will show me how to hit it. Oh, okay. So the end. That makes sense. Oh, that's actually a very user-friendly. It's a nice setup here. So we have this is the API under a REST endpoint. We're automatically versioning our APIs from the beginning. Super cool. And then we've got countries. So I should be able to just hit this probably to get everything. Kong error, no API key found in request. Okay, so how do we? Obviously, we don't have any headers that we're passing into that. Oh, API key, Supabase key. Now, okay, authentication. If no authorization header is included, the API will assume that you are making a request with an anonymous user. I am. How can I say that anonymous users are allowed to make access? Client keys. All right, now these are making a little bit more sense. Client keys allow anonymous access to your database until the user has logged in. After logging in, the keys will switch to the user's own login token. In this documentation, we will refer to the key using the name Supabase key. We have provided you a client key to get started. You will soon be able to add as many keys as you like. You can find the anonymous key in the API settings page. Actually, so let's go. Here's our API settings. I guess we can customize our URL. Pretty cool. And it seems so like if I kill. Can I delete this API key? I don't know if I can. It's showing me this info, but I don't know if I can actually. I can't actually edit it. Because I was okay. Auth settings. Disable. Everything's off here. I was wondering. Countries. This is not locked. Locked. Wonder if I lock. What is it doing when I lock it there? Is it moving? Is it moving it to a different schema? No, schema is still public. So I'm not sure. Alright, jump back to settings. Auth, was that in auth settings? No. Settings, API. Nope, not where we were. Database. Also not where we were. Policies. Ah. So I have no. I mean, I should probably actually just dive into the docs here, but I'm not sure what I did by locking countries like that. If I add a policy, okay. All right. For select, for insert, for delete, for update policy name. Select. Okay, so you can add. I can add different security policies on there. Type permissive, restrictive. Okay. Well, I don't need any policies on that. Maybe I can't do this. I should just go to the docs. What am I talking about? I'm talking to myself. Docs. Okay. Supabase client. We got the clients. Installing. This is where, So we installed Supabase. That's all good. Initializing. We really haven't. I haven't quite done this yet, but I will. All right, so it seems like, and maybe this is just not what it's for. It would be nice if I could create endpoints that did not require even the public anonymous key, because that's what that should be in my mind, that should be the default. The default should be that if you're trying to access without authorization, the public anonymous key would be assumed. If that user is allowed, if anonymous access is allowed to the database. Generating types for us. Soon release native type generators. Okay. Super cool. Yeah, to me it's strange to have to always include an anonymous key. But let's just not let that bog us down here. Let's well, okay, so let's just make sure that we can access this before we so that's my anonymous key. It'd be nice if I had a little copy button here. Database, general, authentication, SQL, API. Okay, we'll grab this. We'll copy it. We got the copy button there, and we'll hop back over to here to our index.js. All right. Screen is big. All right. And I don't have my touch.env. We'll open that up, and in here we'll set our, we have to set our Supabase key. So Supabase key, and that's, we're grabbing that client, Supabase URL, Supabase key. So that's the Supabase key. I can just set it this way. Well, let me drop this. This is my rusty node development. But let's see. I think I can do that, and it'll get picked up automatically. So I'm sharing my public Supabase key with you all. Don't destroy my database. All right. Alright, go away. I don't need .env. We've got this Supabase key now, and so we've generated our Supabase client. So if we want to get all of our countries, select from countries, select ID. Alright. Too many things open. Alright, let data countries error await Supabase from countries select ID. All destructured elements are unused, and then I would want to so I think I'm just grabbing data there. Well, we're gonna add a lot of them, but let's is that what I want to do? I'm not sure if that's what I want to do. Maybe it's just, okay. What I want to do here. Okay, so I can't do it that way. To load an ES6 one, set type to module in the package JSON or either. Let's see what I'm doing here. This is not Supabase's fault. This is my my rusty or never sharp Node.js here. I'm gonna look at rather than, oh well, first of all, let's hop back into that Let's grab this Supabase key. And what did they show it looking like in the URL in one of these examples? Authentication. I thought one of these showed it being appended to the URL, and I could be wrong. I could be wrong about that. Wasn't in there. Here's our table. Here's our API. Authentication using management, introduction, that was GraphQL. Country store procedures guides, client docs. Maybe this was in one of the actual docs here. Auth sign up data, fetch data. Select can be combined with modifiers, select can be combined with filters. Alright, querying JSON data. I'm going to go through this more later. I was just, where did I see that? Well, I'm not going to, good, video didn't start. Question mark, API key equals, haha, I did see API key somewhere. So what is, okay, let's see how this looks. I'm going to query this in, let's see, I'm going to use Insomnia to, assuming that I can get this to be big enough for everyone to see. Let's make a new request. I'm going to call this test query. It's going to be a get. We're going to create it. It's going to be a get to our endpoint. Well, all of this jazz. Hop back to Insomnia. I just want to see how this looks in Insomnia. Auth, yeah, like put it in as a query param. It's not really auth. API key equals this very long value. Close that, and let's hit this up and send our request. Okay, it's just much nicer to look at within something like Insomnia or Postman. So we're getting back application JSON, and it's nice and formatted, and we get all our countries. So we can from our database tables generate an API that would at minimum need a anonymous API key, but we can possibly add some more restricted, possibly, I'm sure, we can add more restricted access to it. Now, the question is, all right, we got our examples here. Expo to do. Create it. Run the to-do list. Quick start. Find your URL and anonymous key. The anonymous key is your client-side API key, which allows anonymous access to the database. All right, what I should probably do here, what are we? We're 28 minutes in. Let's run, rather than just messing with our countries table, which is maybe fairly boring. Let's hop over and find where those Supabase home, live stream. I want to do it that way. Was it in API? I'm trying to find where those, there we go. That was under SQL editor, the quick starts. All right, so we're gonna do the expo to do here. Oh, no, we're not. I don't want to install the expo CLI. All right, let's do a different example. JavaScript auth, Next.js live tracker map. Huh. Super cool. All right, that's really neat. All right, I don't know if that's what I'm gonna do, but I'll come back and maybe I will. Slack clone. I don't feel okay. So just a Next.js to-do list. Okay. All right, fun. One's already up. We can deploy it with Vercel. We're gonna create a new project. Sign up to create the new project. Database is started. Run the to-do list. Quick start. So close you. Close you. Close you. Close you. And we will run the to-do list quick start. I like looking at SQL because I'm not scared of it. I think it's awesome. So we're making a to-dos table. Users have a UUID. I'm assuming that's... I don't know if users are done in, I guess we'll see, in the tables here or if they're handled separately by Supabase. We're adding row level security. I'll have to look into that a little bit more. Okay, here are our policies. Individuals can create to-dos, view their own to-dos, update their own to-dos, and delete their own to-dos. And that's done with these statements. Insert with check. Does the auth UID equal the user's ID? Super cool. Like that a lot. So all this is really doing right now, interesting. All we're doing here is we're creating a to-dos table, and the user management is handled separately via Supabase. So we'll run that, and that worked. I guess if I got into running, let's just, if I make a new tab here and can I name this query? Not there. Okay, maybe if I favorite I can. If I do select, I hate doing select star. Select, has to be capital, doesn't it? No. Select task from, oh, you know, it'd be nice. So it'd be nice if I had a little bit of tab completion here from to-dos. From to-dos. Run. No rows returned. It's successful because I don't have anything. Now if I favorite, so I favorited that. What is that? What does that mean? If I'm in the table editor, if I'm in, open up. No, that's adding a new table. To-dos. What do we got over here? All changes are saved. I could manually add to-dos here, but I don't have any users. Authentication. I'm just wondering where, if I have query 1, query 2, but I can't. I've closed it. I want a new tab. I don't know. I'm not quite sure where that favorited query went, and also I'm not sure. I mean, these are all here, but I don't know how. If I can rename them or anything. All right, back to our example. We've run the starter. You go to the project settings. Grab our API tab. The anon key is your client-side key. It'll allow anonymous access. Once they've logged in, keys will switch to user on login. So the question is here. Oh, I might need, probably do. The Vercel deployment will guide you through creating a Supabase account and project. After installation of the Supabase integration, all relevant environment variables will be set up so the project is usable immediately after deployment. I'm assuming here. Alright, we did our to-dos. We probably need. Alright, let's go back to our SQL editor and our to-do list. We're using, oops. So they don't, well, that's not a real, I think we need to update this. That's not a real link. So to-do list next, what do we have? 2 Supabases in there? Is that the problem? No. Supabase. Tree master examples. Ah, the naming changed. So here's our code. But I would need to actually use this, I'd need to deploy it to, I could probably run it locally. Let's just take a look in here. Can I? So right now I don't have a Vercel account. I don't think, no, maybe I did, maybe I do, I don't remember. Alright, so we're going to clone this in. We'll use GitHub. We will let it roll. We'll continue. There is no Vercel. Continue with GitHub. Alright, so okay, I wanna sign up. Okay, Supabase to-do list. Continue. We're going to install Supabase. To-do list database deploy. We only have that demo organization. Alright, so I assume this is our, this window is too small and it does not scroll. So that's probably because I'm zoomed in. Project name. So this is this gonna, this is gonna generate a new project. All right, so we'll call this live stream to do. Database password. I'm gonna use the same one I used before. Don't tell anyone. Database password, and we'll create the project. Alright, and as we saw before, this will take a minute or two. Right, your new project's been up, may take 2 minutes, but you may continue to Vercel. Finish. Integration installed. Continue. Do I need to? I thought. Alright, let's just see what's going on here. Home, all projects, let's refresh it. We have our live stream to do. This is making the database. I'm going to refresh here and see what breaks. In order to ensure you can easily update your project after deploying it. Okay, so they're cloning the Supabase project into, okay. Get scope, add GitHub org or account. Okay. Sure. Alright, Supabase to-do list. Live stream. Does not need to be private. And build command, npm build. Alright. Let's deploy that. We'll get this up and running, and we'll see what we got. Then I'll clone the project into that directory so we can just explore a little bit more of what they generate in the example project. And let's see if this demo org, all projects, live stream to do. All right, so this is up and running. Now, okay, open existing table. We have to-dos. That generated it for us. This is deploying, so we're going to hop over to github.com. We now have this project. Got it. Have not gotten used to the new view yet. SSH, copy. All right, that's deployed. Visit it. Okay, super cool. All right, so I want to clone this because I want to see what we have locally here. So we'll get rid of this. We'll hop over to iterm git clone cd supabase dash to do, and we will open it up in code. And let's just see what we have here now. So that's probably the README from GitHub. We saw that. We got our package JSON with Supabase, next React, all good. Now auth and to-do list, API and constants. Okay, so let's look at our index here. So we're using Supabase for auth, and my React is a little rusty. And actually, we need a little water. All right. Okay, here's our auth component. The login function. If we're logging in, we either sign in or we sign up. Sends a login link. Handle OAuth. Forgot password. And here is the actual sign-in screen we were looking at. And it supports OAuth, so I'm assuming, actually let's check this out. All right, you can visit our Vercel dashboard too. There it is. But we'll hop over. So our login page right now is right here, and it's supporting GitHub and Google. So let's see. Interesting. It looks like Supabase to-do list dash rouge. That's where we're at. I'm seeing GitHub and Google here, but I'm not seeing them right now. It looks like they're not actually supported as external OAuth providers. So, you know what we're going to do? We're going to try to use them and see if it breaks. And it breaks. Okay, makes sense, but those would need to be filled out because the provider is not enabled. That makes sense. If I just click send magic link, we got nothing. Okay, cool. Back to the code. Email, password. All right, so let's sign. Let's sign in here with I'm going to sign in. I'm going to do a really lame password. Well, I'll try to sign in first. Check the console here because I feel like I should be getting an error. Failed to load resource server response with 400. Sign in. So I'm getting an error, but I guess the view isn't set up to display that error. It's strange. let's just look at how this is handled. Oh, well, is that error return being okay, so again, the errors are being console logged, not returned in a friendly way, which is totally fine. Okay, so then we will now try to sign up. Check your email for the login link. Alright, so let's see now here. We have a user who tried to sign up. We can check. So I'm assuming that users would now be over here somewhere. Yeah, authentication. Alright, perfect. Oh, refreshed on its own. And we have our user who signed up via email. It was created. What else can we see here? Password recovery, magic link, or delete. Very cool. Policies. Those were generated. So this is probably what I would be getting in my email, which let's see if I can open this up. I just want it to open, yes, on the correct screen. So I did get a link to confirm my sign up. So I'll copy that link, and the email matches matches this template here. I wonder who they use. Okay, we're gonna peek at this for a second. Sorry, it's off screen. I just want to see if I can see who they're using to send those emails. View raw message. Where's the... Sorry, looking for the different from headers and stuff, and mail that app, that's supabase.io. So let's just see, let's do an MX lookup. I'm just curious, I like to see who different people use for emails. I mean, that was a nice one, it came right to my inbox, and usually that, you know, if you don't have it set up right, you're going to end up in spam. So an error occurred. MX, well, maybe it's not. Let's just do a... Really? There we go. Oh, it's just a... MX, no DNS record. Okay. Let's just do a CNAME. Mail that app, that's Supabase. There's got to be something for this, right? How to DNS check. What else do we have in here? This is really me wasting my time, so I'm not going to go down this path too much further. Now we'll do a DNS check first. Instead of mail, we'll do app.supabase.io. CNAME, they're using Cloudflare. Cloudflare's lovely. Oh, maybe they're using, I don't know, Amazon to send? Okay, sorry, got distracted there. Waste of time. Not waste of time. Not what I came here to do. Oh, my goal was to copy the link to verify my login, so I will do that once again. Copy link, and we'll verify that. Oh, I should have looked at that. Okay. Verification token. I am logged in now, so my users should now have signed in. Super cool. All right, so I understand a little bit more now. The user management is handled separately from the Postgres database because there's various degrees of auth that can be applied. These are not the authentication portion here, and users are not users who are logging into my demo organization or my live stream to do. They are users of the application that I'm building here. And with my new microphone, you can probably hear my family. We're loud. All right. Is there anything else I can do with this user? No. Okay. So let's just open the console. Inspect network. All right. And so we're going to say, all right, we will use the prompt. Make coffee. Let's zoom in a little more. Make coffee. Add. And this was a post to to-dos with, where's the body? The payload, task, make coffee, and my user ID in it. And then what headers? I'm assuming my user ID would also be included as a header here. I see an API key. I wonder if that's my users. And then that's basic auth for my user. My user ID is here and make coffee is here. So let's just look at what we got in our tables, to-dos, user ID. Well, that has to be there. And that's, now what's interesting here, can I look at, that's going to take me to my users. So I guess, well, I'm not seeing anything here. I'm guessing that the users, can I look at the structure of my to-dos table? What do we got here? I'm editing this. Okay, so there's a users table that exists, and I guess when we set this up, if I hop back over to database, no, SQL editor, to-do list, we'll see that it references auth.user. So I don't know what else is in auth.users. I'm assuming that, can I view that in here? No, I can't access auth.users, but auth.users is there. It's a foreign key reference. Now, can I see? So I have my users. I don't think I can see anything else. Send magic link to, no, I don't want to do any of that. Policies, templates, settings. Let's just take a look now that we have some stuff in here at the API to see how much more of this makes sense, and then I can wrap this up. So authentication. Supabase works through a mixture of JWT and key auth. If no authorization header is included, the API will assume that you are making a request with an anonymous user. So that's what was this was weird to me, because you know, I was not able to access just a general get on it without authorization. Actually, let's just jump back to, this is the other app. If I remove that API key, I'm assuming that I can't make, yeah, I can't make that GET request. Okay. All right, back. If an authorization header is included, the API will switch to the role of the user making the request. See the user management section for details. Right. There's no. This is one part that confuses me. So user management. Supabase assigns each user a unique ID. You can reference this ID anywhere in your database, for example, you might create a profile that references user ID. It has its own built-in routes for sign up, login, and logout, which is very nice. I mean, it's nice not to have to build those manually. That's how we sign them up. That's how we log them in. I'm just wondering. Okay, those are not what I wanted. It was. Okay. Client keys allow anonymous access until the user has logged in. After logging in, the keys will switch to the user's own login key. Alright, so I guess they manage. The real-time server doesn't provide per-user security until we build a more robust auth. Websites, you shouldn't use real-time on any client which is exposed. Okay. Well, you see my server key. So I guess what we're seeing, I guess Supabase, I gotta see how this is done though. I guess the Supabase client is keeping track of the user who's logged in and is sending the user's specific API key via basic auth there. Honestly, I'd like to have, and this is probably not their fault, it's probably mine, a better sense of how that auth is working. And I probably just need to dig in a little bit more. But, you know, it's been in almost an hour. I've got this to-do list up. Let's delete it. The quick deploy apps through Vercel were pretty awesome to use. And I'm definitely interested in this project, though I think you know, I would need to dive a bit more into the actual client docs and documentation so that I'm more comfortable with particularly security and my users' authorization. But all in all, super cool project. Very glad it's out there. Supabase, check it out. And with that, happy Friday and have a great weekend.